Our second and last semifinal before somebody meets Bjergsen in the finals on Team Fire. Is it going to be ice or fire for this one? The bans go out. Anivia, Kindred, Caitlyn. Pretty sure we haven't named a champion anything like AKC yet.
No, that's true. Not yet, Riv. Maybe there's still time.
That's where Nasus is, the Kennel Club.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know that though. It's American Kennel.
Oh, okay.
It's I gotta.
It's fine. Thank you for covering for my lack of humor here, Riv. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Nasus. Are we going to see the Nasus ban here? Surely you've got to ban it. Take out the 3 champions that Froggen wants to get to 100 TS with.
Look at these guys.
It's a formality now.
Yep. Also want to give a shout out. Everybody give yourselves a round of applause for weathering the elements out right now in LA, hanging out. It's supposed to be beautiful and sunny, but it's amazing and rainy, and you guys are awesome for enjoying this right now with us. 2015 All-Stars couldn't be any better.
No Nasus ban, which leads me to believe I would assume Doublelift in that situation may not play an AD carry, because Nasus is very good into any kind of AD carry. You get that wither, you get the a lot of armor just in general. So cannon ban.
Why the cannon, man?
These are the same bans that Froggen has been running actually for a fair amount of time throughout this bracket. I mean, I'm not so keen on this out of Doublelift with the Lucian. I mean, Froggen, you have to assume is just going to go Nasus. So there must have been something prepared by Doublelift with Lucian.
Fiddlesticks has seen bans throughout the tournament. This could be.
He has.
This could be really annoying for Doublelift.
We haven't seen him be played is one of the big factors.
Right.
So a lot of bans, no real gameplay. It's gotta be. I mean, at this point, Froggen has to just take this matchup and hope that he can just outplay Doublelift. With whatever Doublelift has ready for this, hope he can, last through the early game. Don't let Doublelift chunk him down fast enough, and then should be okay.
Does he keep the snowball?
I think he's probably going to go for that barrier again. Barrier exhaust.
He did have barrier last time.
So I think that's what he'll go for. It will change over as we get into game. Now, this one is...
Switching his runes and masters.
It's true. It's on a sign.
Wow.
So therefore, I mean, I can't disagree, I guess.
I disagree. I don't know. I mean, if Faker was here right now, then he probably wouldn't be able to say that. But Faker's already out. So.
Maybe we should get Faker and that guy on the stage. 1v1. However, right, so this one isn't a foregone conclusion when it comes to it being over already, but I feel like Doublelift is going to have to put on a lot of pressure early to stop Froggen from just getting to his comfort zone. Getting to a point where he has that armor with the Glacial Shroud and just hanging on.
This Nasus, though, that Spirit Fire doing so much damage on the initial tick is what Froggen loves to use, and then you can just slow down Lucian with that Wither. Relentless Pursuit will get you in range for a few more. But Froggen's still going to be a beefy Nasus. He's already run it, so Doublelift knows what he's in for here. But Froggen's bringing out the Nasus. Game 1. This could be banned game 2 if he comes out too strong for Doublelift, so that is really some of the strategy you have to be thinking about in this best of 3. Those bans can really take effect, especially after you've used one of your best picks. We're on to the Rift, or I should say the Abyss. Lucian versus Nasus, Doublelift versus Froggen.
Oh, this is the matchup that everybody thought we weren't going to see. The Nasus being available. So how will it be dealt with? Froggen's going to say, I'm actually just going to make you wait. You're going to wait for me. That's what he's saying right now. He's like, I'm just not going to let you have any kind of information on what I've got.
There it is, the Potion of Corruption. He gets the Tick of Talk, the Tick of Touch of Corruption for a bit once using it. Can still use it at full HP, so he may be able to add some extra damage onto Doublelift with a few hits. He's not going to want to get into the brush. Doublelift knows he has range advantage, so he gets up in the face of Froggen early, already showing some of that aggression, but does miss that piercing light, unfortunately.
So, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Froggen is running the same thing again. No Keystone Mastery.
You don't say.
Taking Bandit and Perseverance as his masteries. 2 sets of, well, just a lot of tier 2s, I guess, at that point. He's taken 6, 12, 12. So we'll see how it goes. I guess meaningful choices also includes no choice. But the early game, this is how Doublelift has to control Froggen. Is Froggen wasn't there at the beginning, now he's getting zoned away. Spirit Fire will deal a decent amount of damage, but the difference here is Doublelift is running a fair amount of MR. Has 42 right now. That's a lot more than we've seen when Lucians haven't had to take any. I believe it's 12 extra. to his base.
See if Froggen realizes that. He probably already sees that it's not doing as much damage, so he has to be a bit more careful. He was much more aggressive in his other Nasus game by this point, giving Doublelift quite a bit of respect as they start this one off. One potion of corruption has been used to keep himself a bit healthy, but getting low on that mana means he's going to get pushed in real fast. May take a lot of that turret damage, or damage at the turret, I should say.
But we saw a very similar thing from Froggen in the last set that he played as the Nasus, when he actually didn't mind losing a lot of CS early because he was trading for health against Doublelift, which then against his opponent, which then meant you couldn't trade into him because Nasus will wither you, he will catch up with you, and if you stay in Spirit Fire for too long, he's going to take a lot of damage. But it's not the case this early on. Froggen's playing the waiting game.
I feel like this might almost be easier for him as well. That was, as we were talking about, Koro's Quinn. A little more mobility in that sense as well. So in and out, Doublelift's kind of stuck in once he goes in. We'll see if Doublelift can keep it going. He's really getting bitten by that Spirit Fire.
That's really significant. I think Doublelift actually took a turret shot right there. I was checking masteries at runes at the same time, but Froggen is, you know, he's actually not too unhappy about this. Yes, he's 10 CS down, and that is a significant lead. Doublelift doesn't want to go for CS though, so at some point Doublelift is going to start trading the damage onto Froggen and start ignoring CS if his game plan is as he was saying in the interviews. So I guess if you're Froggen, you don't mind too much.
I'm not here to get 100 CS. I'm here to take you down. I'm here to get 100 kills. That's a 1v1 Doublelift to play. Getting light. Slap down on the dog. Still throwing up the fire. Doublelift trying to BM. You know they can talk to each other as well. You can see Doublelift talking a little bit of trash, whether he's saying this or that. Doesn't seem like Froggen has too much response. Oh, there it is. Now he's gone. Maybe Doublelift was just long-winded.
Oh, he didn't quite stop the recall. So Froggen wanted to get that cannon wave out, so it's just going to force Doublelift to deal with the wave if he wants it to reset by the time he gets back. So Doublelift may choose to recall after this, may actually hold on, because right now he's got 1,200 gold, so he's going to look for likely that Doran's then Null Magic Mantle, I would imagine, if he wants to at least try and survive in this matchup. Problem is, that would tell me he's going for CS.
Yeah.
If he picks up Null Magic, he's going for CS. He picks up damage, so he's looking to go closer towards the kill.
Basically 10 waves out from that 100 right now, so Doublelift just has to wait on the time. Froggen has all of that at this point, playing on Nasus. That's all Nasus has in the top lane. Now to the mid lane for Abyss. But coming up on level 6 as well. Looks like you're right, he did take that barrier as I look back up to Froggen summoner spells. The Spirit Fire actually not ticking as hard as he thought it would. Does get his Q down.
You can see Doublelift only really taking aggro from the melee minions. Yeah. Easy to kite away from those, but was taking damage from the Spirit Fire. And you can see, again, just extra damage going down onto Doublelift. With that Potion of Corruption has been used once by Froggen. Doublelift just has to be patient. He can't go too aggressive melee. The range minions have aggroed as well here.
Oh my word, Froggen getting exactly what he wants. Threw down that exhaust, so he's missing that. Doublelift with double summoners now, and a bit more damage, but Froggen can tank it all. He's just walking right into him.
I mean, at this point, will Doublelift concede a kill victory and maybe look to go for a CS victory? He's over halfway there already. And at this point, he has a significant lead. If he wants this game and can just dodge around Froggen for long enough, he should be able to close this out. The problem is, if he gets impatient and wants to go for the kill, he's not likely to burn through Froggen, because when Froggen actually recalls and picks up a Glacial Shroud, it will be tough to get through any of that armor.
I don't know if he could do it. That would be eating him up inside to go for that 100 CS.
It would be, and I think Doublelift is going to probably pick up that Serrated Dirk by the looks of it when he actually decides to go back. We saw that yesterday, just get that extra armor penetration, get the added damage, stops Froggen's recall as well. So that's a pretty important phase of plays here as this game is getting towards that 6-minute mark.
Let's see what it goes back. Grabs for himself. Holding in the base.
Ooh.
Goes for the scepter.
Okay, I'm not so... Okay, so I'm not completely upset by that, because what that tells you is Doublelift is trying to play the smarter game, in that he now knows as long as he just trades, manages to dash out of Spirit Fire, doesn't take too much damage, he can regen the health pretty quickly here on the Lucian. So this may indicate Doublelift is looking for CS.
I like this. Just grab it now.
Yeah.
Yes. Not enough people actually do this, and he's stalling the minions as well to be closer to the turret, so they're going to swarm up. It's going to be harder for Froggen to get there if Doublelift can crush this down. Looks like Froggen will just be able to actually Spirit Fire right back out, no problem when he needs to.
Not really going to
Gets back
counter push.
fast enough.
Yeah, I was going to say, not that you can do too much against a Nasus that is building AP with that Spirit Fire going down, but Doublelift still in a good spot. The CS gap has started to close ever so slightly, but Froggen won't be too worried about that right now.
All right, that's one way to do it. Sometimes you have to actually go aggressive. You dodge out instead of walk through it.
Really smart though by Froggen, because he positions Spirit Fire in such a way that if Doublelift goes back towards his tower, he withers him and forces him to take more damage.
Yep.
Knowing that the cannon minion was right in front of him, Doublelift had to tank so many minions there that he did lose a fair amount of health. He's trading back onto Froggen.
He has that Ignite. He goes forward. He will not throw it down until the barrier goes off. His exhaust hit. Now the Ignite goes down. Doublelift firing away. A few more shots, but he's out of mana, and the Wither counts for Froggen, keeping him alive.
Froggen using that ultimate, using the barrier, did not have his exhaust available. Froggen has to play this very carefully here, because Doublelift, although he's low on mana, will just be able to send out auto attacks. Froggen has opted for the Dark Seal and one Cloth Armor rather than a Glacial Shroud here.
He may actually turn that into boots as well. He wants to be able to make sure he gets distance on Relentless Pursuit and everything he can off Wither. Doublelift, another Relic Steal on the side of Froggen. Definitely putting him behind. He will try to back here, get something for himself. Be missing a minion wave, 75 to 66. Doublelift getting closer and closer to the 100 mark.
This is a little bit risky by Doublelift to tank up those minions. He knew, however, Froggen couldn't really capitalize on it, but he's going to shove this into tower. Doublelift will be in a good spot here now. Nearly 20 CS up, 16 to be exact. Froggen didn't even wait in base for a full regen on his health because he's got the Corrupting Potion. Can't catch Doublelift before he goes back, and Froggen is basically in desperation mode right now. Every wave has to get killed quickly so that he can then force Doublelift to tank as many minions as possible. This late in the game, however, they don't do that much damage. It's not so significant, so Froggen has to just deny CS from Doublelift more than anything.
I don't know if that's going to happen right here with the amount of damage Doublelift has. He can just one-shot these after a turret shot, do that different damage. Actually, Ardent Blaze was a bit too much more than he wanted, and that minion gets missed, so he's only up to 86 now, but 14 away from that win. Just over 2 waves, and he will be good to go. Here it is. Here's one of those waves now, 9 minutes into the game. We are in the first of our best of 3 here. Froggen gets his Nasus again, and he has been playing quite well. Without that keystone, he just knows the summoners, the masteries, the runes that he needed.
And that was Froggen trying to set up the next rotation of spells here. His ultimate's available, exhaust is up. Every time he can just get damage down onto Doublelift, he's chipping him lower and lower, waiting for the point where he has to throw everything in. 92 CS for Doublelift right now. A wave and 2 minions will be enough to win him this game, but he's getting chunked.
Froggen's going hard. This damage to be put on, so Doublelift feels a bit more scared on the front line here. Froggen walks back. That damage trade is for the minions, but Doublelift still able to capitalize on one, and it looks like he may be able to squeak out even more. A nice Relentless Pursuit.
Dodges the damage. Doublelift, all you've got to do is get the CS from this point. Froggen right now... takes a turret shot. That's so important
that saved his minion as well. That minion was first going to go down if Doublelift didn't have the shot. He gets that one with Piercing Light. He should be able to get... He's going to miss one here.
Double tapped it.
Yep. He's going to...
98, so 2 CS. Froggen pretty much has to...
Not much you can do about that, and Doublelift will take game number 1 of the best of 3. Shakes his head. His own pride has been crushed because he did not want... Look at it. He's
so shamed right now. He feels dirty for doing that.
I need to get this off me.
But he beat Froggen's Nasus.
He did. That's actually the first time, obviously, either of these guys have lost coming in here. It's the first chance they've had to lose, but it's still a best of 3. What do they have for each other now?
Well, that's interesting because now that the Nasus is gone, Froggen's going to have to find something else. We're going to find out exactly what they're talking about.
Yeah, let's listen into the comps, see what they say.
Wait, I get blue side again?
Wait, why would you want to farm? That was boring. I thought you wanted to farm.